Hi, I'm Tawna Eubanks, and I'm 2 weeks out from my pro debut. I work out 4 days a week. One day upper body, next day lower body. Upper body is going to be your biceps, triceps, shoulder press, and a little bit of back for me. At the beginning, it was pushing heavier weight with less reps, but I've been really getting after these hamstrings and glutes and putting in some calf work. My diet has been changing just dramatically because I wanted to drop a little bit more, so we'd had to take a lot more calories out. Not really calories, but my carbs and stuff. So I'm really low on carbs right now, if you can't tell. Greg really just decides everything. He determines, with his knowledge, what I need to do in order to tone up in certain spots or put more muscle on in certain spots, and what we need to do as far as weight and repetitions and how far along in the competition we do it.
Throughout the course of this prep, we've prioritized her shoulder training in the upper body. So we generally start with a military press, whether it be dumbbell military press or a barbell military press. She'll usually do straight sets between 10 and 20 reps depending on what point of the prep we're in. Right now at 2 weeks out, we're in the 10 rep range primarily. From there we'll do side laterals to help bring out her side delts and keep her shoulders full looking. And then for rear delts, you see that we're doing a partial movement. I want to be able to develop her rear delt muscles without developing her middle back too much. So you just kind of have to play with the movements. We do a lot of partial movements in order to get certain muscles without hitting ones that we don't want to overdevelop. We do a variety of back trainings, different grips on pull downs, different kinds of rows, a lot of hyper extensions to really fill in and tighten up her lower back, which is important. And as far as upper body goes, that's really it. A lot of abs, keep her core tight. She has great abs. We don't use any weights when we do ab training. All body weight stuff just to keep her waist small and toned. With Tawna, her quads developed very quickly when we started training her. So her lower body training has evolved a lot from where once we're doing lots of squats and full range of motion leg presses. Now the whole goal is to make her glutes and hamstrings grow without getting her quads to grow anymore, because they are the right size and they grow easy, so we have to be very careful with that. So we start with the glute kickback machine on every leg workout just to help grow her glutes, and we'll do a lot of stiff leg deadlifts, a lot of leg curls for hamstrings. The only quad work that she gets is just squats and lunges, and even on her squats, and like you see when we're doing dumbbell squats and when we're doing leg press and single leg press, we use a partial range of motion so that she's using her glutes and hamstrings at the bottom of the movement, but we limit the amount of quad involvement she gets, so she's not using the top half of a movement that stimulates the quads. So with her, it's kind of tricking her body to only use the body parts that we want to use, keep her from overdeveloping her quads. So that's our focus when we're in the gym training her legs.
Oh, physically, I am exhausted. Mentally, I'm exhausted. But I'm so excited. It's draining and it's tiring, but as far as diet and training goes, it's hard, but I'm almost there. The training is very hard on my body. You have to get physical therapy done. You have to. I mean, the body needs work, whether you do work out or not, but especially with as hard as we're training. I go with Devon. She works at the studio and she does amazing, amazing work.
Hi, I'm Devon Madole, and I'm Tawna's physiotherapist here at the studio, and I work with her to keep her healthy and injury-free while she's training for her competition.
The work that I get done is usually full body. Devon will target certain spots that are hurting me.
We talk about her aches and pains, how her training's going, whether she feels fatigue or weakness in certain areas, imbalance, and we basically just go from there. I check her posture, I check her alignment, her stance, and then we get her up on the table and we go to work.
Usually I'll do it throughout the season, but when it starts getting close to crunch time to be on stage, it helps with definition, it helps make the muscle look a little different too, so I'll usually go in about a week or two prior to competitions. Some of my major problems that I normally always have is I get knots right up in the shoulder blade area, and then not too long ago I had a little injury in the gym. I was doing lying leg curls. I popped a rib out of place. We didn't know who to really call, what really even to do, so we called Devon. It was painful and it hurt, and it still is tender, but not anything to keep me from training or any kind of critical pain. It's what I love to do, and just thinking that I am so close and I'm almost there, it helps you keep going. It helps you stay strong. It helps you mentally be stable.